Hi everyone, very good evening. Welcome back to the channel Geeks Who Geeks Practice. So quickly give me a plus one in the chat if my voice is clearly audible to everyone and everything is working fine. And then I'll start off with the session as well. So hi Vanshika and hi Rishit and hi Naikach. So we'll be discussing the problem of the day for yesterday. Now let me quickly share my screen and you can hit the like button if you have just joined. And I'll just wait for 30 seconds more so that everyone can join and we can start off with the problem. Hi, Code with Rahul. So let's start off with the problem. What does the problem say? First of all, today's problem is very easy. It was black and white. The name of the problem was black and white. It was solved by 9,000 plus people, and no doubt about it. It's a easy level problem. It says that we'll be given a chessboard. Okay, so we'll be given a chessboard that will have n cross m dimensions. Okay, like if I'll open this up, so basically, what I'll be given is I'll be given a chessboard and it will have n cross m dimension. So you can say that it will be having n rows and m columns like this. Okay, this is the first thing. Now, what you will be given is like you are told that you have to find the number of ways that we can place a black and a white knight. Okay, so basically it says that there is a knight, like there are two knights. There is one black knight, okay, and there is one white knight. These are the two knights that are there. Now it says that you have to place these knights. Okay, it says that you have to place these knights. I hope that everything is working fine. Okay, so is it everything working fine, guys? Quickly let me know. So you have to find out the number of ways such that you place these knights, the black knight and the white knight, in such a way such that they do not attack each other. Okay, so I have practical exams, so that is why you were not able to solve. No worries. So see, basically it says that you have to place them in such a way such that this white knight does not fight or does not attack the black knight, and so on and so forth. So basically, how does a knight work? Like, how does a knight work, first of all? So if you will see here, let's say that if I draw a particular chessboard, let's say the chessboard looks like this. Okay, let's say the chessboard is like this, and I will draw it like this here. So let's draw some columns here, first of all, and the rows also. So if suppose that the chessboard looks like this, okay, let's draw the chessboard here as well, and then we will see. So let's suppose that we have this kind of a chessboard here. Let's say the chessboard looks like this. Okay, so if you are having, let's say there is a knight that is standing here. Okay, so what can a knight do? A knight, like there's something known as dhai chal. So a knight always goes 2.5 steps, you can say. So basically it's three steps almost. So either it can go up and it can go to the left. Okay, so it can go two steps up and it can go one step to the right. Okay, so it can go two steps up and it can go one step to the right. So that is this particular cell. Okay, it can go and attack. If let's say this is a yellow knight, okay, so basically this is a particular knight of any color. So if it is standing here, it can go up, okay, two steps up and then to the one step to the right. So it can attack on this cell. Or what it can do is it can go two steps up again and it can move one step to the left. So two steps up, or it can move one step to the left. Okay, so basically this cell also it can attack. Okay, other than this, what it can do, it can similarly do what it can similarly do what if it is standing here. So it can go two steps down. It can basically go what it can go two steps down and then one step towards the left. Okay, so it can go two steps down. From here it can go two steps down and one step towards the left, and it can attack here also. Or what it can do, it can go one two steps down and then one step towards the right. So two steps down, one step towards the right. Okay, this is where it can attack. Or it can do what it can go two steps towards the left right side and one step towards the upper side. So two steps like this, one, then two, and one step here. Or it can go two steps towards the right side and one step towards the downside, like this. Okay. Or what it can do, it can move two steps towards the left, one step towards the upside. Okay. Or it can do what it can move two steps towards the left and one step to the right side. So are the movements clear? Like the movements of a knight are clear to everyone? Please quickly let me know, guys. Is this thing clear to everyone? I don't know why I'm getting a lot of ads today. Is it clear? The movements are clear to everyone? Guys, this is how it will be moving. So is this part clear? Quickly let me know, because I'm not able to hear it properly. Okay, Naikat says yes. What about what about others? Others are also clear with this thing. How a knight is going to move? right? So basically, if you have a knight, okay, if you have a knight, let's say the knight is standing at x comma y, okay, let's say the knight is standing at the cell x comma y. If a knight is standing at the cell x comma y, right, so you will not want it to go in these eight directions, because like if let's say there's a knight of color black or yellow, if it is standing here, then you will not want the other knight to stand at any of these eight positions. If the knight stands at any of these eight positions, then you will say that it will get attacked. So other than these eight positions, all the other positions are available. So see, basically I'm saying that what can happen, n cross m positions are there, okay, total. Now this knight is there, right? Let's say this particular knight is here, so that is minus one positions, right? Because one position is already taken by this knight. Now other than this, there are eight positions, but they also need to be valid. Please write valid in the chat now, because let's say that your this particular knight was standing here, then for this knight, all the eight directions will not be, like all the eight different positions will not be valid. So you need to check if the positions are valid or not. If they are valid, then you will subtract out of this, you will subtract all the valid positions, all out of these eight positions, whatever number of valid positions are there, you will subtract all of them. And then for that particular, for this particular scenario, let's say this is I comma j, okay, that I'm considering cell. So for this cell I comma j, n cross m minus 1 cells are available, and out of that, all those valid cell at which the knight can attack, they will be subtracted, because I will not want my other knight to stand there, and this will be the total answer for that particular position. Is this part clear to everyone? Is this part clear to everyone? That basically, if this is a particular I comma j, right, I want to check for every position. I want my knight, let's say I want a particular knight to stand at all the positions one by one, right? I want the knight to stand here, I want the knight to stand here, to stand here, to stand here. Then the other knight cannot stand at uh, the positions that it will be attacked at. Okay, so the total number of positions are n cross m. Now, if the knight is standing at any random position, let's say I comma j, let's say this yellow position I comma j. Okay, so the total number of positions are what? N cross m. Okay, minus one. Why? Because the yellow knight is standing here there. Now, out of these positions, you will subtract all the valid positions that are there inside the grid at which the attack can be done. So you'll subtract all of them, and that is what will be the contribution for a particular position. Is this part clear to everyone? Just quickly let me know and hit the like button, guys. Is everyone clear with this particular part? What we are dealing with? So I will want my knight, let's say any knight, this yellow knight, you can say white or black, any color. So it will try to go for every position first of all. Okay. So what I can say here is, you can see that we will have to return the sum of all the possible possibilities, right? So what we will do here, first thing is that we will simply have our answer. Okay. So we will have a, let's say, long answer first thing. So we will have nothing but long answer first of all, and we will mark it as 0. Okay. Then we will take long, let's say int, and let's say mod, and it will be what? We have to do modulus also, I think. Yeah. So 10 to the power 9 plus 7. So we can declare it as 1 in 9 plus 7. Okay. Then we will declare the modulo as well, because we have to, whatever answer we are calculating, we need to take the modulo of that as well. Then what we will do is, we can simply say that we'll run a loop. So for int, let's say those are x and y axes. Huh? So let's say we have x is equal to 0. Okay. Then x will be lesser than n, and then we'll do x plus plus. So the first loop is going to indicate the x axis, the various x axis, and then I'll run a loop for the y axis as well. So what I'll do is, I'll say that int, like y starts on 0, then y is lesser than m, and then I'll do y plus plus. Okay, this is what I'll be doing. I'll be running a loop. X start from 0, x is lesser than n, and y start from 0, y is lesser than n. So for all the different positions, I'll try to place my knight. Okay, and then for those positions, I'll try to see all the 8 different positions. Right? Is this part clear, guys? Till this point, everyone is clear? Till this point, everyone is clear? So let's say that if my knight is standing at the position x comma y, okay, so if it goes two steps up, right, two steps up, so two steps up means that the x will decrease by 2, right? When it goes two steps up, so x will decrease by 2, so x minus 2. If it goes to the right, then one step towards the right side. Okay, two steps up and one step to the right, so two steps up is minus 2, and one step to the right is plus 1. So the new x axis that will be there is nothing but what? X minus 2 comma 1. Okay, x minus 2, and the new y axis will be what? That will be nothing but y plus 1. Okay, or it can go two steps up and one step towards the left, so that means minus 1. So this will be nothing but x minus 2 comma y minus 1. Right? Is this point clear to everyone? This is how the axes are going to be. Or two steps towards the right, one step towards the upper direction, that is minus 1. So this will be what? This will be nothing but x, you can say x minus, like x plus 2, comma y minus 1. Or you can say that moving down, so that will be plus 1. So you can say that x plus 2, because moving to direction, sorry, I've done it wrongly, I think. Yeah, so I should have done it properly. Basically, if I'm moving towards this direction, towards the right, so two steps towards the right, column remains the same. So this will be x minus 1, comma y plus 2, and this will be x plus 1, comma y and plus 2. Okay. Now, if I'm moving to the leftward direction, so this will be what? Minus 2. Okay. And if I'm moving down, so that will be plus 1. If I'm moving up, so that will be minus 1. So this direction will be what? X, you can say that the new x will be x minus 2, y minus 1. This will be what? X minus 2 and y plus 1. Okay. Similarly, if I move down, so this will be what? Plus 2. If I move to the right, so that will be plus 1. So this will be what? This will be nothing but x plus 2, comma y plus 1, right? If I am moving down and then I'm moving to the left, so minus 1. So this will be x plus 2 and y minus 1. So is this clear? How the coordinates are going to be? Is this part clear to everyone? Right. So for a particular x and y, I don't want if these new x and the new y axes are valid, okay, then I'll subtract them from the scenario. Is this point clear? I'll subtract them. So for the left moves, we should have this as x minus 1. Yeah, sorry, I have written it wrongly, I think. So I should correct it. Yes. So basically, you're saying right. I should say it as x minus 1, comma y minus 2, and I should say this as x plus 1 and y minus 2. Sorry, my bad. Right. So this is what it will be doing. Now, all these cells that are there, right? All these cells that are there, I need to do what? I need to check if they are valid. Please write valid in the chat. If they are valid, if out of these 8 directions, if some of them are valid, then I'll subtract them. Now, so what I am saying is that from this cell, what is the like I will say that from this cell, what is the count of the cells that are available? Like, see, m cross n cells are there in total. Now one cell, this particular x comma y cell is already occupied, so I'll subtract 1. Please write minus 1 in the chat. I'll subtract this particular cell because this is already occupied. Now after this, I will check for the new x and the new y directions, right? I'll check all the new x and the new y, right, one by one, and I'll say that if they are valid, right, I'll check for the new x and the new y by like writing some logic. And if they are valid, right, so I'll say that, let's suppose that I'll write some logic here. Okay, logic for new x comma new y. I'll write some logic for getting the new x and the new y, and I will say that if the new x and the new y that I'm getting, okay, if they are greater equal, like if they are valid, so if the new x is greater equal to 0 and the new x is lesser than n, okay, and the new y is greater equal to 0 and the new y is lesser than n. So if they are valid now, if they are valid, then they are suitable positions. So I will subtract all of them. Is this point clear to everyone? Like if these positions are there and they are lying inside my what, inside, like let's say these positions are there, if these positions are lying inside my grid, then that is fine. Then I'll subtract all these positions. But suppose that if suppose that this particular point was this particular yellow point was there, that is x comma y, and suppose that the grid was something like this. Let's me use a white color. So let's suppose that the grid was like this. Okay, so out of this, can I say that this point, like can I say that this point that I have highlighted with green, they are outside the grid, so I will not subtract them now. I don't need to subtract this point. I know don't need to subtract this point. I don't need to subtract this point. I don't need to subtract this point. Because if they are valid only, then only I'll subtract all of them now. Right. So see, m cross n cells are there. Out of this one yellow cell that is there, I'm already occupying. Other than this, four other valid cells are there. So that also I cannot place the other knight at. Okay. So that will be nothing but m cross n, right? Minus 1. Okay. Then after that, all the minus the valid number of cells that are there, that I'll subtract all the other directions that I'm going, and if they're valid, then I'll subtract. So I'll say that count minus minus. Okay, now let's write the logic for the new x and the new y. What do you think, guys? Is this point clear to everyone? Is this point clear? That for every x and y, I'll try out. And now, if a particular knight is placed as x comma y, so the remaining number of cells is m into n total cells minus 1. That is the remaining number of cells. And out of them, I can think of subtracting 8 cells directly, right? I can think of that. But it is not necessary that in my chessboard all those 8 set directions will be valid, because suppose that if this is the yellow, if this white color is showing the chessboard, So if the moves that I'm doing from the yellow cell, okay, that is the current knight x comma y cell that I've occupied. So out of this, these cells are outside, so they will not be subtracted because they are outside the chessboard. So they will these are the positions at which this particular yellow knight will this particular knight that is there at x comma y, it will never attack. So these don't need to be subtracted. All the valid cells only need to be subtracted. Is this point clear? All of you can write clear in the chat, guys, and then I can proceed further as well. I hope that it's clear to everyone. You can hit the like button if you are clear with this, guys. Now, please hit the like button and let me know if all of you are clear. Is everyone clear with this? Quickly let me know, guys. Is everyone clear with this? I'm just waiting for your responses. Now the next, okay, Naikaj is clear. So the next thing is that how will we generate, right? So see, first thing is that you can be very laborious, and what you can do is you can write for every direction, right? You can check that if x minus two, like if this cell x minus two minus y, comma y minus one is greater or equal to zero or not, like, and if this cell is valid, if all the eight directions you are checking, if they are valid or not, right? You can check that okay, x minus two y minus one is valid or not. You can check that x minus 2 y plus 1 is valid or not. You can check for all those cells that are valid or not, but that will take a lot of time. So what you can do is you can store this inside an array. What you can store inside an array, right? So I am saying that you have ever heard about this thing dy dx? Please write yes in the chat if you have heard about it. Have you ever heard about this concept dx and dy? Correct, you must have heard small change in x and the small change in y. Okay, so what I will be doing here is I will declare a dy dx array. Okay, and that will help me to keep a track of the changes that I'm currently making. Now what does that mean? So if I am saying that the new x and the new y is there that I'm going to make, so it will be derived from x, it will be derived from the original x and y, okay, plus a small change in the x. So let's say dx of, like, let's say small change in x and a small change in y. Okay, since I'll be doing in eight directions, so what will I do? First of all, what I can say is I can declare a dx array of 8 size because it will be storing 8 different values of x. Okay, so let's declare it. What I'll do is I'll say that okay, let's say that there is a dx and it will be of 8 size and it will be like this, right? And let's do one thing, let's declare the dy as well. So dy of 8 is going to be what, let's say this particular thing. Now what I will do is, if, like, I am saying that I will always retrieve the values from this particular array. Now what does that mean? If let's say I am going to this particular direction, right? If let's say I am at this particular x comma y cell, okay, if I let's suppose I go up and then I go to the right, so the small change in x is what, minus 2, right? Minus 2. And please write minus 2 and 1 in the chat. The small change in x is minus 2 if I'm going up, and the change in y is plus 1. Okay, so what I will do is I'll say that in the dx array, what I can put is I can put minus 2, and corresponding to that index I can put plus 1 in this particular part. So then if I'll retrieve the kth value here, so the kth, like if I'll retrieve it like dy of k and x of k and dy of k, right? So let's say k is 0 here, right? Because this is a 0th index. So if I'll retrieve this here, then what will happen? This will be x minus 2 and this will be y plus 1. Okay, because this is how it is going to work. So that is why, that is how I will get this particular new index. Is this clear? That is how I'll get my new x and the new y, right? Then after this particular point, like, so let me put this part. So minus 2 and then 1. So what I'll do here is I'll put minus 2 here, and then I'll put 1 here. Okay, then after this particular point, if I am at this particular cell, let's say, so that means I am doing what, minus 1 in the x-axis and plus 2 in the y-axis, right? So I'll write here what, like minus 1 in the x-axis and plus 2 in the y-axis. So minus 1 and plus 2, let's say. Okay, then after this, if you will see here this particular part, so plus 1 and plus 2, so x-axis will get incremented by plus 1 and y-axis will change by plus 2. Okay, so just a second, this is how it will change, right? So one by one I'll keep on tracking all the changes. Is this point clear to everyone? Is this part clear? So this part, this I've taken already, this I've taken, this I've taken. Now let me take this one also. So 2 comma 1. So 2 and then 1, right? And then we'll have what, 2 and minus 1. So here I'll have a 2 and here corresponding I'll have a minus 1. then plus 1 in the x and minus 2 in the y. So plus 1 in the x is what I'm writing, and minus 1 in the y, right? Sorry, minus 2 in the y axis. Okay, then this particular one, so minus 1 and minus 1, so this will be what? Minus 1 in the x-axis, and minus 2 in the y-axis, right? So minus 1, and then when live class is start? It is already starting. It has already started. Okay. So minus 1 and minus 2, and then I'll see that it will be minus 2, like this one in the x-axis and minus 1 in the y-axis. Is it clear to everyone? That is how the in every direction will be moving now. So ultimately, when I'll do like ultimately that this is how I'll store like minus 1 comma 2, then I'll store 1 comma 2 for this one, right? 1 comma 2, then plus 2 comma 1. So like 2 comma 1, right? Because for every kth value, it will denote the kth change, right? The kth direction that I am at. All the 8 directions I'll be able to cover like this. Okay. And once I've covered all the 8 directions, so what can I do? I can run a loop. So what I can write here is, if I want to run this particular logic here, so I can simply say that for, like, there are 8 directions, so 8 is stored. So I can say that k starts on 0. Okay, k is lesser than what? 8. Then I can do a k plus plus here. Once I do that, so what I can simply say is that in this part, what I can simply say here is that I will now find the new x. So the new x is going to be nothing but the current x plus dx of k. Okay, and the new y is going to be what? It is going to be nothing but the y plus dy of k. All right, and once I have this particular thing, so I'll say that if it is valid, then I'll subtract it. Is this point clear to everyone? If it is valid, if this particular new x and the new y that I'm getting, if it is valid, if it is inside the cell, right? So in that case, I'll subtract this particular entry because I don't want the other knight to be present here. Okay, and then what will I do? Like, okay, so I need to do it inside here, right? So yeah, I need to do it inside here. So once I'm done with this, so what will I do? I'll say that after this particular part has been done, so we can simply do what, guys? Quickly let me know. After this particular point, what will you do? Once you have counted this particular thing, then what will you do? Sorry, I think that I need this outside, right? Uh, just a second. Yeah. So till this point, everyone is clear. Okay, I have originally done it in, like, I this was the third loop. Obviously, I'll not write it inside the third loop now. So this is the thing. Now, if it is valid, then I'm subtracting my counter, and once I come out of it, so what will I do here? I'll say that okay, answer is equal to what? Answer plus the count, the current count, the number of cells that are valid for me, and I'll modulo it with the mod value. Okay, and I think that in the end we can simply return this particular answer. Is this part clear to everyone, guys, or there is some doubt? Quickly let me know if everyone is clear with this. I'm getting a lot of ads on YouTube today. Don't know why. Is it clear, guys? And all of you can hit the like button. I don't know why you have not hit the like button. Line, this should be J, not KJ. It should be, yeah. I'll change it. Is it clear? Okay. So please hit the like button, guys, if you have understood it till now. So please hit the like button if you haven't. And then only I can continue. Let's try and compile it. I hope that I've written it perfectly. And it should work for the samples, right? So you can see that it works for the samples, obviously. Let's try and submit it as well to see if it works for the all other cases. Plus one and like, all right. So you can see that my code is able to pass, right? So you can see that it passes all the 170 test cases that were there. Now, again, I'll walk you through this particular code. So see, what I did was I have 8 directions. So please write dir in the chat. I had, see, I initially took, like, I wanted to store the answer, so I've taken answer as 0. Then I have done what? I have declared my modulo as 10 to the power 9 plus 7. Then I have 8 different directions, right? So for that, I have taken care of it one by one. So I have built it one by one. You can see that I kept a track. Like, is this part clear? Please write clear in the chat, guys, if you're clear with this. That what I did was I first of all figured out that okay, what are the all the 8 directions if I'm currently standing at a particular cell. Like, see, I'll try to cover for every cell, right? I'll try my level best that a particular knight is standing at all possible positions. So it will stand at every x comma y, right? So that is why I'm running a loop for x starts from 0, x is lesser than n, Y starts from 0, Y is lesser than M. Okay. Then if my knight is standing, like let's say this is a chessboard. Now if my knight is here, okay, so total M cross N cells were there, and my knight is standing at this cell, so minus 1. Okay. Now after, if my knight is standing here, so it can attack at 8 different positions, right? So it is not necessary that, suppose that it might happen that some of the directions that the knight is attacking at, it might, they might fall out of the grid. Okay, suppose that some of the directions at which the knight is attacking, they might fall out of the grid. So all the valid cells that are there from there at which the knight can attack, they will be subtracted, no? Right? So accept them at every other place, you can keep it. So that is what I've done. See, after this I have marked the count as M cross N minus 1, and then I'm running for all the 8 directions, and I'm finding the new X and the new Y. If they are valid, so that means at those directions the knight can attack. So in that case I'll do a counter plus plus, because I want to save the other knight from getting attacked. And once I've done it, so after for this position, once I have checked for all the positions at which the knight can be attacked, so then I will simply subtract the counter for those positions, and then I'll add this to my answer one by one, and I'll keep on taking the modulo, and then in the end I'll return the answer. Is this part clear to everyone? Quickly let me know, guys. Is it clear? You can hit the like button if you haven't. Please hit the like button. Increase the like count if you haven't, and then things will be fine. So you can see that what I've done, I am basically running one loop order of n time, then another loop order of m time, and inside it I'm running order a constant loop for 8 times. So basically what I have done is I have taken the time complexity as order of n cross m, because I'm running a loop like this, and the space complexity of my code is going to be nothing but order of 1, because I'm not taking any extra space as of now, right? I'm just taking a constant array space, which is not going to be bothered. Is it clear, guys? Quickly write clear in the chat if you are clear. I think a lot of people have joined us. Please hit the like button, guys. Quickly write like in the chat if you have liked the video. I can see a lot of people are watching us. So if you have understood till the end, so please hit the like button, and I'll quickly copy the code as well so that I can share it with all of you. All right, so let me copy this code. And if you have not hit the like button, please hit the like button, guys. Okay. So I'll share this particular code snippet with you. That is the solution, and you can try to go through it. Okay. So let me share it in the chat. All right. So this is the part. This is the code snippet that you can go through. All right, and again this was the problem. Basically for every x and y position, you have the number of cells that are available is m cross n minus 1, because you have already occupied one of the cells as x comma y. Now there will be 8 different directions, so you want to run a loop for that, and if they are valid, if they are inside the cell, then you will subtract all those, and then you will add keep on adding the remaining cells in your answer one by one, and you will do this for all the possible combinations, and in the end you will return the answer. Okay, so if you understood for the one last time, please hit the like button and give me a +1 in the chat, and quickly hit the like button, guys, and just a +1 in the chat will help a lot, so that we can close the session as well. I hope that it was clear to everyone. All right, so yeah, I think everyone has understood it. So thanks a lot, guys, for joining for this particular session. And make sure to solve this problem on your own if you haven't, black and white. This is how this problem needs to be solved. And the way that you explain is amazing. Thanks a lot, Arun Kumar. I tried to explain it from scratch, considering every case. And thanks a lot, Naikaj, as well. Please make sure to hit the like button so that the reach of the video is as much as possible, because we try to provide content in the midnight also. And thank you. I'll see you in the next video. Till then, keep solving the problem, and all the best for the coding rounds and everything. Thank you, everyone. Good night. Keep coding, guys.